There we go. Testing, testing. Quality checking Ultimate Pedestal today. Hopefully you guys can kind of see everything. I was just looking up an LED blinky here. I'll come back to that. There we are. Alright, I'm just curious. Why isn't that lighting up?
I have 50% of the light on my deck now. Yeah, I know it's talking.
Yeah, actually, we were getting to work on yours. I think Adam might have sent you an email about the larger Tron stick on yours. The way the panel was set up, the larger Tron stick might end up hitting your screen. So I don't know if you would be okay with going with a smaller one in place of the large one. I'm just trying to figure out why. What is going on here? Why that button isn't lighting up? Yeah, because I should be able to go to Street Fighter. Just curious. Yeah, why isn't that button lighting up? Trying to figure out why the button isn't lighting up. Oh, that's why. Yeah, control and control entered in that one spot. That's why. Because look at. And I think that's why, because that button 2 is actually. Oh yeah, it's because in MAME will recognize with RGB what buttons you have programmed, and he has one of the buttons mapped to the button 1, so that's why it wasn't lighting up. So as soon as I fix that, it'll be fixed. But just kind of show you what I was talking about. I don't know if you guys can kind of see. Might be kind of hard to see. If I go on Street Fighter, this one isn't lit up. Just like this one's lit up in the middle. I know with like MAME, it'll recognize your RGB stuff, what you program it to. And in his general settings, he actually has button 2 mapped to button 1 as well in here. So I'm just going to go fix that, and that should fix the problem. Not a big deal. We can just fix it. So I'm just going to fix this quick, and that should fix my problem. And then we're just going to append, and we're going to add. And then this button. Oops. And actually, what I might end up doing is actually I can reset this.
You want to disconnect with something else.
All right. I'll get to all your guys' questions in 1 second. Okay, cool. You're going to go with the smaller stick. That would be, yeah. I think it's just going to fit with your 2-player a lot better, to be honest with you. That larger Tron stick's going to just kind of be right in the way of everything. And it's, like I said, it's going to be really close to the screen, as where the smaller one, you're going to have more room. And it won't be, I think it'll be less intrusive, to be honest with you, with your 2-player there, bud. Uh, 44. Yeah, I don't have artwork on that one yet. I don't think for 44. What's up, Loose Cannon? Yeah, some of you guys that are asking, we're still waiting on your artwork to show up. Actually, I mean, I can get a steering wheel, you guys, and hook it up if you want, but typically I don't open those up and we don't program those in. But I could probably certainly grab one and plug one in and kind of show you guys. Yeah, the extra button on the Tron stick over here, yeah, really isn't used, I don't think, for a lot of the games that you would use a Tron stick for anyways. So it's not a huge deal or huge loss with that extra button. Yeah, so the one, we opening is, the one that definitely you'll probably get with your machine. Brian, if that's you, this is your machine, bud. So yeah, I can certainly run through that. Just you guys are gonna just have to give me a minute. Yep. Yeah, so you can unplug your USBs on your front with your light guns, and you can plug obviously like your steering wheels and things in up front there too as well.
I really just don't like
All right. Yeah, so just give me 1 second here. Again, I just needed to fix the mapping quick because the buttons weren't lighting up right. So I just need to add Tron Stick. And another thing, you guys, when you're in your arcade classic games, I would recommend having your guns unplugged, because I know if you have your guns plugged in and we map your Tron Stick with the guns unplugged, this will come up as Joy 1. If I plug the guns in, this will come up as like a different joystick. So I think typically what we're doing is we're unplugging, having the guns unplugged to program the Tron Stick in, so it comes up as Joy 1. So if you guys are going to go into your classic games, I would probably recommend unplugging your guns and then just plugging your guns in, obviously, when you're going to play your gun games. Because I haven't figured out how to get the Tron Stick to stick to 1 yet, as far as like putting the PID number in. I've tried that and that doesn't work. So I'm going to append, and I wanted to add that button in there. There we go. All right. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to save my configuration here. Hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Let me know if the camera or if I'm in the way. I know it's kind of hard to get kind of a good angle of everything. I mean, I could move it more up closer to the screen if you guys just want to see the screen too. I can probably get this angle a little bit better. There, that's a little bit better for you guys. All right, so I think I saved already, but I'll just save it one more time. On the back out. Now I should. I don't know if I might have to restart. I think I'm gonna just back out and I'll restart it. I'll go grab, I'll let this restart and I'll go grab a steering wheel. Yeah, and I can definitely go to Ultimate Alliance again so you guys can see some of that gameplay again too. Again, if you guys remember, I know we had to change the emulator that it was running out of, so I'll double check this one again right off the bat for everyone to make sure that that's what it's on. So when we go into Launchbox, we're looking for Nintendo Switch. And then it was Ultimate Alliance here. So edit. And then emulation. And then we could just change this to Yuzu latest build. That's what it was. And then you just hit OK. And then now it should be running out of the latest build. And that's how you go in and change that so that runs better, so we can play that game. But I'm going to go grab that steering wheel quick. I'll let this boot up here, and I'll be right back. Did we have any of those?
You're like, oh, this radio is locked. I want it right here. And I want it. Played one myself last night, just going through the.
Sorry about the loud noise there. Had to go through woods to get one of these steering wheels. Yeah, 20. This is a 28-inch active marquee on here. Obviously, it's a smaller one because of the pedestal size build. Oh yeah, it was in classics. So I'm just gonna go to Street Fighter again. Should hopefully have changed the way the button layout is now.
I honestly think I might just get out of this temple car and come back to it here. Like, I'm pretty deep into it right now, but like, I'm right behind with him. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I found that first temple thing where you can travel to it on the but overall, I just dislike it. Plus, like, I want to go to the pretty soon.
This is a 50-inch screen on here. Now why aren't they lighting up here? Alright. Oh, it's because it's still on. I don't know why it was still stuck on. Yeah, there's 2 programs running, that's why. Or 3 programs? Like, why is it? Huh. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know why there was a couple of those running. That was the problem. All right. I'm just going to do a hard reset here. I'll answer your questions. I'm going to be streaming gameplay from my machine to my main streaming setup. I have. So your DVI, there should be a couple DVI ports that you should be able to. You'll probably need an adapter to run to HDMI. Yeah, and I think you're not getting an ultimate pedestal. So this is our ultimate pedestal. You're getting a regular pedestal, which will be using swivel mounts to mount your active marquee on there. I got a trick for doing that. And David's saying you got to upgrade it to 4060, but like I said, you should have extra DVI ports on there where you can get adapters to plug in there. I mean, I can show you what I'm talking about. Those are our RGB bat tops or ball tops, if that's what you're talking about. Or the Euro, those, I don't know. I can check if those are, I don't know if you're talking the ILs when you say Euro. yeah, so like I was saying, this is like a DVI. So just to kind of show you guys, this is like the DVI that you could plug into your extra spots, and then it's just an adapter to HDMI is what we run here. Because typically, obviously, our TV plugs in through HDMI, and then we run our active marquee through the DVI port. So hopefully that helps. Euro ILs, yes, they definitely sound like the Euros. I will double check them though. I don't know if it was specified on your order sheet. Yeah, because if you guys want IL joysticks, you got to specify that too when you guys place your order. That's the only way we're going to know if you want ILs or not. Sorry, yeah, the display port. I shouldn't say DVI. I always forget what these are called, but these are your display port. I think that's what David's saying. For some reason, I keep on calling them DVIs, but yeah, that's what this end is. Sorry for the confusion for you guys, but yes, that's what is on newer graphics cards. Is these style. You typically have one HDMI and then the display port, which is what this is. Kind of like HDMI, but different looking. And these are not the ILs. So I don't know if you're still there, Brian. If you want the ILs, I can switch them out. These the ones that are in now are just our standard. I can go grab the two different kinds, you guys, just to show you. The ILs don't have tabs on them, and our regular ones have tabs. They just have a little bit of a different feeling as far as like the clicking goes with them. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys are always kind of asking what the difference is with these, and I'll show you. Yeah, right. Yeah, they are pretty much similar. Everything else is pretty much similar with them, like I said, besides like the actuator bottoms, you guys. So that's all that's really the difference. So here, I'll try to show you. Hopefully you guys can kind of see. So this is like our IL style. They don't have like these little tabs. So this is like a standard. They have like the tabs on here, and they have more of kind of a clicky feel to them versus your ILs don't have those tabs in there, and they have kind of a less of a clicky feel. Then obviously like your actuator would go in there. So there's kind of the difference. So hopefully you guys can kind of see how like IL standard. that's basically the difference with them. Yes, yeah, we can get them switched out for you, bud. Just for the stream though, I'm just gonna leave these ones in here for now. But yeah, I'll get them switched out to the ILs for you. Not a huge deal. Just kind of reading your guys' questions here. Give me a second. Yeah, the HAP. Yeah, those two are pretty much identical. Yeah, just kind of like David's saying, the ILs, or however you want to say them, the competition style or IL has more of, like I said, that square actuator. And then our standards, we use more of the rounded one. Just like David's saying again, just more for your fighters and things like that. The round one seems to just perform better on our standard. As we're like the IL uses the square one. So as a ball top, typically they come bat top. David might be able to answer that. I'm not sure if you can get these in a ball top. You would have to probably do a Sanwa style, which is a totally different joystick. That's what these RGB ones are like the Sanwa style. So they got a little bit of a different feel to them compared to like your standard joysticks. But typically with these, you can change these heads out. Obviously with the RGB, they got a light inside of here, and you need a clear style to light them up. But if you were just to get these standard, I believe you can change the tops on those to different colors. All right, yeah, I'll get into the steering wheel thing in 1 second. I just wanted to check this RGB thing quick, you guys. I know we're kind of, I was kind of getting off topic there, but I'll get to the steering wheel in 1 second, which I think this is fixed now. Just like I was saying, he had the input mapped wrong in MAME there for that one. So that's probably why it wasn't lighting up. But like I said, I fixed all that, so that should fix our problem here. Which it did. So there we go. It's all lighting up now. You guys can kind of see it's all lighting up correct now. So there we go. So I'll get into a steering wheel. So maybe I can set up the camera here and show you an unboxing of this kind of maybe. There. So here's the steering wheel. This is typically what we use, send out. This is what works. Just to kind of show you guys the box. So this is a brand new one. So I'm opening this brand new. So I mean, everything's in there to kind of help you with everything, but pretty simple setup. So steering wheel, and this is just a USB plug. So here's your steering wheel. USB, which, like I said, you just plug that into the front of your machine. So we'll get that undone. And then, yeah, I'll get into some pinball too. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. And then here's your pedal setup. And then you'll get different adapters for the way that you can connect this to your panel. Typically, I just use the suction cups and just suction cup this kind of to the center away from buttons and things like that. Again, here's your pedals. And then this part just plugs into the steering wheel here. And this should work for, again, this should just be plug and play for a lot of your newer racing games. But if you're going to play any older games that are racing for MAME, you will have to program that in. And then, again, if you guys can see your pedals, just trying to show you everybody. And that just gets plugged in there. And that's how your pedals get plugged in. It's kind of like a phone jack cable. And I'm just going to put these down underneath here. And again, I'll probably just get this kind of, I can just get this kind of suction cupped. I just had to kind of lift that dust cover up a bit, but as soon as I do that, I can pretty much get this thing mounted like right to the front of this. And then I'm just going to plug this in. I'll move the camera in a second here, guys. There we go. Okay. There. So just to kind of show you, I just moved this dust cover up a here and slid it underneath, and then it's just suction cups. You can kind of align it so it's just kind of around your buttons, and that's all that I did. And then I just have the pedals laying there for now, just to kind of show you guys. Obviously, you guys can make it look a little bit nicer at your home, but I'm just throwing it on there quick just to show everybody. I guess some of the screen and everything. Hopefully that's kind of a good angle. Just kind of looking at your guys' questions quick. I like the half style, you guys. I like the competition style, the ILs. Competition, IL, however you want to say them. That's what I like. All right, so I'm just going to go, let's just go maybe to our racing folder and jump into some racing games. So we'll just jump straight into racing here. We'll check this out. So your Need for Speeds. So Need for Speed Payback. So like I said, I think your newer ones, it's just plug and play for the most part. So let's just load this up and see if we can't get this to work right off the bat here. All right, yeah, I'll get the pole position next here since I already
take full advantage of Payback's offerings.
I fired this up.
You won't be limited to just body kits.
Is it? Oh, there it
this
goes.
Time around, every individual car part can be modified in order to craft your wonderful.
Oh, I already loaded it. Oops. It's all right. I was seeing if I could get down to it here. There we go. So I think I should just be able to hit the A button. You guys can see I just hit the A button and it's loading. Just give it a minute. And I'll get into some of the arcade classics here in a second. And I'll show you how you can go in and program that stuff. So just to show you, I mean, right off the bat, you can kind of see I'm going left or right and selecting. I mean, you have D-pad on here too, that works. So let's just do this quick.
You just don't know.
So I don't know if any of you played this game at all, but this is a fun racer to play. So just to kind of show you here, I'm steering already. I'm going to hit my gas. So I'm hitting the gas pedal right now. And like I said, with these newer ones, this should just be plug and play. It should just work.
I haven't seen Max this excited since the Veneto job.
Aren't you?
The biggest job we've ever done? You bet I am.
Time to kick
And obviously you could go into the settings too, and I probably changed the way the button mapping is in your game settings for these newer games. Just to kind of show you again, I'm using the wheel. Not doing too well. So do I brake? Okay, hit your brake to go backwards. And my pedals. I think if I was sitting down, it might be a little bit easier. I'm out of control right now. All right, here we go.
Fine, I was just going easy on you.
And then obviously, like your newer Forozas too, you'll be able to obviously use this. Customer requests, I know we got those on there. So obviously you can use your steering wheel for that as well, those newer games. I'm just having a hard time. My gas pedals keep on moving on me on this floor. There we go.
Still think you're winning, Ty? I don't see you in front.
All right, just to show you that game up and running, you can get in there and play it. Like I said, and then I'll get into some classics here. So I'm just going to back out of this, you guys. And actually with newer games, I might have to wait until this is done or skip. And with newer games, again, you have to back out of these manually. So let me find, so options on this is like your start. I'm gonna go to quick game.
And right.
There. Okay. So yeah, we can get into some of your classics here. See if pole position is right in this folder. Here we go. So here's like your pole positions, 1 and 2. So again, for these is your classics again. And I'll just show you how you can go into a classic here and program your stuff. So again, your shift function, or if you don't have that, your hold down your player 1 start, X is your shift, player 1 joystick to the right will bring in your in-game menu for your classics for MAME. So then from here, I'm just going to go to my input settings. And then I do have a gear change. So we can set up a gear change, it looks like. And then, yeah, this would have been originally like a spinner game. So we just need to do right and left. And then obviously our gas pedal and our brake pedal is going to be your pedal increase and then your pedal decrease. So if you guys can see that. So for gear change, I'll just make it one of these. So if I just hit this, so there you go, it just programmed. I just put this as my gear change. Obviously, you guys could put it to wherever you want. I'm just gonna put it as that quick. And then we'll do increase. So hit your player 1 start, and I'm just gonna hit the gas pedal. And then decrease, I'll hit the brake pedal. And then we'll do a dial increase and decrease. So that's going to be your steering right to left. So player 1 start, I'll do to my right. Decrease, I'll do to my left. So now we should be all set. So I'm just going to back out. We'll coin up, and then we'll see if this works here.
Prepare to qualify.
All right. So, and that's right with your settings. I believe we have to reverse this. I don't know if I'm not hitting anything. Can't remember. What is it? What are you saying? Set your dial analog to the wheel, not increase, decrease. Okay, so don't do the increase, decrease is what you're saying. So I'll just,
Prepare to qualify.
So I'll probably do dial left and then, or does it not matter? I just do it one or the other. Yeah, but I think, isn't that for your gas pedal? I think this analog increase decrease is for your gas pedal. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I did that now that's working. So yeah, you just do your dial analog and you input it there. So it looks like it's working now, you guys. Let's start again. Yeah, you guys, I've been trying to do a to get the tutorial on this. There we go. I just crashed, but just now it's working here. Yeah, and the sensitivity, I mean, we can go and adjust the sensitivity. Obviously, I'm not too good at this game. Around 2. Okay. So just to kind of show you there, so I did all that gear change again. Like I could append and I can add, and I could add it over here too as well. So you could go up or down now with that. And then we got all that set now. So if we go into analog controls, sensitivity, David was saying around 2 to 4. So we'll just adjust this. Because it was super sensitive. So we'll just do like a 4. All right, let's try it now here. I think it just probably takes some getting used to too. I mean, yeah, I could probably maybe adjust it a little lower even. So when you guys get these and you're going to do your arcade classics, obviously you can kind of just see it. I mean, you're just going to kind of have to play around with the sensitivity. So I'm going to do it too. Well, that's my pedal sensitivity. So I actually want to do my dial. So I'm going to put that back up at 100 because that's for my pedal actually. I mean, yeah, so I'm actually going to go down to dial sensitivity. That's what we'll want because this is your dial. Yeah, so yeah, sorry, I was just getting confused there. Obviously, I'm learning too, you guys, at the same time. So we'll do a 4 with this. So that should hopefully solve the problem now. Yeah, much better now. That's what I needed to do, the dial. Perfect. So it just takes a little bit sometimes, but you get it. Obviously, you can see. We'll try it one more time, and then I'll get into some pinball. But this is just to kind of show you how you guys can get into your classics here and do all this. See if I can pass somebody. There you go. There you go. Just to kind of show you that you can get in there and do that. Yeah, just kind of like, I don't know if you guys are reading David's comments, but he's just kind of explaining stuff too as far as like MAME. Just like I said, once you find that, like he's saying, that perfect sensitivity, it feels great. Then it's just, again, a matter of just going in here and messing with this stuff. So again, like you said, I went in, or showed you, I went in there and programmed. So your pedal obviously increases your gas, decreases your brake. Gear change, I made the paddles, so you could add both the paddles. Your dial analog, obviously, you just move this either left or right. And then we went into analog controls. And then you just want to go down to dial sensitivity. And then that's going to do your sensitivity here. And then you can see, like David's saying, the meter too. So you can see how that changes. But that's how you get in there and do that. Analog controls. So there, I brought in analog controls. So yeah, this stuff is for your gas pedal, which I don't think I would mess with any of this. It's going to be more your dial sensitivity for your steering wheel. Yeah, so it's, yeah, depending on your game too, like David's saying there, it might not say dial, it might say like paddle or positional. Sometimes I know they'll say. So just look for whatever the steering wheel is going to get programmed into. So again, just you're going to have to look at like your inputs on each game that you go into your classics. And you're just going to kind of have to read, you know, pedal is obviously your pedals. And for this one, it's dial is your steering wheel. So hopefully that kind of helped with that kind of stuff in the steering wheel. And then obviously, since I went in here and did some changes, I'm just going to end up probably putting this back. Typically, we don't, again, like program any of this stuff. You guys get that and then kind of leave that up to you. So if you ever want to change this back to normal, you can select it. And then you're going to do like your exits. So your shift player 2, or if you don't have a shift, your player 1, start with your player 2. And then enter and then back out again. And then that changes it back to what it originally was programmed to. There. So again, like I said, hopefully that helped everyone there with the steering wheel. So I'm going to pull this off of here. So again, it's just suction cup down there. And I'm just going to set this off to the side for now, because I'll have to box that all back up. There's how to get in there and do that. So scale lines. So I think what David is saying, you back out Omega settings. I don't know if it's going to be in this one per se. So yeah, scale lines. There's your scale lines, you guys. That's what you're looking for in there. Enable, disable settings, control scale lines globally for MAME and all RetroArch cores. Manual is for advanced users who want to alter scale line settings themselves in the settings files for MAME and then RetroArch cores. That's what it says up there in this text up here. Yeah, so they can be turned on and off here. That's kind of your guys' preferences, what you like, but I believe we'd leave them enabled. So once you do apply that, though, you're going to have to go to apply settings and exit, and then that's going to apply your changes. But I'm not changing anything. So. And then I know you guys wanted to see some pinball. So for pinball, I'm going to go to, I like the visual pinball stuff. So if anything, we can go to the visual pinball pub pack, since we have an active marquee, and that'll do some visual stuff on our marquee here for us. One thing though, since we have a Tron stick, we'll have to go and disable our analog nudge. Otherwise, we aren't going to be able to launch our ball with the Tron sticks. Obviously, I do this for customers that have the Tron sticks. I'll go and disable that so you don't have that issue. But for some reason you do, here's how you can get in and fix that too as well. So when you're in Visual Pinball, hit your Player One coin. That brings this menu up on my right. Hopefully everyone can see this. And I'm going to go to Open Visual Pinball here. That's the emulator. And usually it'll pop up here, but obviously you can see with this one it didn't. Not a big deal. We're just going to have to back out to the desktop. So I'm just going to use my left mouse click just to click back onto the screen. And then we're just going to back out to the desktop to fix that quick. I'm going to close this out. What we're looking for is this. And we're going to go to Preferences, Configure Keys, Nudge, and DOF. And what we're looking for is this Enable Analog Nudge. And we want to make sure that that's unchecked. So I don't know if you guys can see where it says Analog Nudge. So right here, hopefully you can see that where I'm moving my arrow. And we're just going to click that off and hit OK. And now that'll save. Again, the reasoning I'm turning that off is otherwise the Tron stick is obviously like your analog. And then that, again, prevents you from not being able to launch your ball. Relaunch Big Box. So I know we're kind of at the end of the stream here. I'll let it go for like 5 or 10 minutes just to show you guys some pinball. Let me know if anyone has any last questions or anything. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no problem, guys. That's why we're here, to help you out with things or any questions you have. That's why we like doing these live streams. Yeah, that'd probably be helpful if we just had it off on our main drives, David. Because I'm pretty much having to go in and turn it off anyways for the most part. For the visual one, I don't know which one you guys want to see. Jurassic Park. Let's try the Harry Potter one. Curious, I don't know if I've ever launched this one. Thanks everyone for joining the stream this week. So you guys can kind of see the marquee, how it's doing its images down there with the pinball, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to coin up. There we go. Hey guys, I'm trying. Hopefully, I'm not in the way here. All right, here we'll go. Kind of seen that one. Here, I'll go into another one. I don't know if I've ever done Guardians of the Galaxy. Here, let's check this one out. There you go. So, look, you guys can see how you can switch different modes. Let's do this. Oh, didn't do the greatest there on that. But
They call me Sheriff. So, because I obeyed the ancient laws.
hopefully I'm not in the way. All right, I'm not in the way. I was just looking to see if I was in the way.
Thousand years of war between will not be broken.
Kind of almost looks like, too, I could stretch that marquee.
Your time is running out. I want your I can't stop this feeling deep inside.
But it is playing little clips of that movie down there. Yeah, I haven't lost sound at all. I was just curious on this marquee, though. Like, I don't remember. I think you go this way. Yeah, I don't think there's a way. Anyways. Yeah, I just did that. I was trying to see if I couldn't see my cursor, but I couldn't see it in there for some reason. There. Do you have point plate game and light guns? All right, so I'm gonna go check just this game quick, and then I'm gonna end the stream from here, you guys. So when you're on this main wheel, I mean, we can just do a general search for it. So when you're just on your main wheel here, if you hit your player 2 coin, that'll do a global search of all the 50,000 plus games that we have on here. So you said Point Blank. All right, I believe that's what you said, Loose Cannon. Yeah. So I don't know if this is the game you're talking about. Looks like this is a shooting. Is this the one you're talking about, Loose Cannon? Kind of looks like it would be a classic game. I don't have the sensors hooked up for this because he's getting Gun for IR. I just have this TV mounted on here because we did this as Machine of the Week video. Typically, when you guys get Ultimate Pedestals too, you'll mount your own TVs. Like I said, I just mounted this one on here just so you guys could see it. And we shot Machine of the Week video. So typically with Gun for IR, you have the 4 sensors around the TV. But I believe this is Point Blank if this is the game you were looking for. There it is, bud. Like I said, I would play a little bit of it, but I don't have those sensors installed. Gotcha. Yeah, so I mean, it's there. I mean, it looks like we have even a couple different versions of it. Looks like we have 2. Looks like we even have 3. So I mean, we have 1, 2, 3. Nintendo DS version. So there you are, bud. All right, y'all. We're going to end it from here. So thanks again for joining, and we will see you next week.